It's a bull. Good morning. Hey, what's up? This is Brian Kuzma with Commercial Ware Coins and Precious Metals in lovely Lauderdale by the Sea, cleaning up the beaches today, it looks like. And for all my local peeps, it's 76 degrees out there, lovely day at the beach, blue skies, the whole 9 yards. Let's see how the rest of the week holds up. Well, I'm going to get my ass kicked a little bit for using this thumbnail. And some are going to accuse me of it being clickbait, but it's certainly not clickbait. And it is not quite what you think either. I'm not dissing the silver squeeze or this at Reddit silver squeeze movement at all. In fact, I'm all for it. I think it's a big deal, and and I'm going to support it. However, for clarification's sakes, I'm going to explain exactly what my thumbnail means. And there's so much misinformation out there, bad information, good information, and trying to ascertain it is really tough. In fact, if I take a look out here and I look, and where is that? I went and typed in silver, and I've never really done this too much. Excuse me, I got a frog in my throat here. I typed in silver under YouTube to go and take a look and see all the different. I mean, there are so many different opinions and viewpoints and takes and ideas on silver, on what to buy, how to buy it, who to buy from. The silver squeeze, that's kind of interesting. I don't think I've seen that. Silver boy. Indonesia's silver people are hiding. Okay, silver people. That's for a different topic, I guess. But there's so much out there. I mean, there's some great videos. There's some crap videos. I've taken a look at a few, but there's just such a large amount of information out there, and trying to get through it yourself is really tough sometimes. And that's why I'm here to help you. I mean, remember, I am not a commodities trader in the pits. I don't deal in paper. I don't deal in ETFs. And frankly, that market is certainly not my expertise, and I've never claimed it, nor will I ever claim that market's my expertise. My expertise is involved in buying and selling physical precious metals. I have a brick and mortar retail store. I've been in the business, I've been doing this since 1977. I started working for my father back then. My father was a coin dealer and a precious metals dealer, still is to this day. And he still messes around with it. But I've got experience in buying and selling gold and silver bars and coins. That is my expertise. Understanding who to get it from, what real product looks like, what the best deals are, where the product's coming from, how it's made, anything to do with physical precious metals. I'm not a chartist. I don't read charts. In fact, I just started looking at charts more recently, and I've discovered that charts are great at telling you where you've been and maybe where you're going, but they're certainly far from crystal balls. So charts are not crystal balls, and the people that use them sometimes try to, I think they genuinely believe they are crystal balls. But what I have noticed is charts are great for telling you where you've been and where you could possibly go based on your past track. But again, far from certain. So my screenshot, silver squeeze, is bullshit. And again, I am not talking about the silver squeeze Reddit forum right here. I am actually, when I found this, I said, this is great. This is just great. I love seeing, especially younger folks, and it seems to be a lot of younger folks here at the Silver Squeeze Reddit site here. And I love seeing this. And again, as I said, there's so much information on here. You know, half of it bullshit, half of it real. So you've got to kind of figure out what's actually, there's my video up there on Silver Squeeze, but there's so much stuff out there that you've got to kind of wade your way through it. And if you're not in the business like I am, again, if you're listening to me to talk about charts, that's not my expertise. If you're listening to me to talk about how to buy ETFs, how to buy COMEX contracts, that's not my expertise. My expertise is in buying physical metals. The real stuff, the stuff you hold in your hands. That is my expertise, and I'm really good at it. So let's not. I'm not going to pretend that I'm good at other things or I'm an expert in other things, and let's just stick with what I am good at here. So I hope that gave you some clarification there. And there's, here's some more clarification. What I have found while looking at all these different videos, and there's tons of them here. But by the way, we'll get to the comments in my video from yesterday, and we'll talk about some newsworthy things here, if there's anything newsworthy today. But what I have found is that when you're looking through YouTube, when you're looking through on the internet, and you're talking to people, as far as silver manipulation goes, and the manipulating of the price of silver, you've got three types of mindsets out there. You've got the mindset that's this, the tinfoil hat engage. These are the people that don't really know much about the market, and they make claims about things that, for example, that certain companies or certain entities completely control the price of silver. For example, that J.P. Morgan is the Antichrist, and that what Diamond, Jamie Dimon, I think is his name, or whatever his name is the Antichrist, and that there is a lot of tinfoil hat stuff out there. And when I say tinfoil hat, maybe not so much of it so crazy, but just wrong information. And then you've got these people. You've got two types of people when it comes to gold and silver manipulation. You've got people that are tinfoil hat wearers and just believe anything they're told without researching it, and just bleat that off and just repeat the bullshit. And then you've got people that are in complete denial that anything's broken, that there's any manipulation going on whatsoever, which is the other side of these guys, the tinfoil hat guys. So you've got these guys, and you've got these people, and then you've got these people, the people that are in just denial that it even happens. They deny that the price is manipulated, and that the prices that you see online is a paper price, not a physical price. They deny that there's companies out there manipulating the price of silver and gold. They deny that the government's involved with it. They just deny. And again, they are just kind of the opposite, but almost the same as the people that just spew off a bunch of bullshit without doing research. And then you get the people like us. All right. Now we're looking. You have to look at both sides. You have to. You can't be in denial about these things, and then you can't just believe something just because you heard it from somebody on YouTube, or you read it somewhere, or you heard it from me. Even I encourage you, even when you're listening to me, fact check me. Go out and don't even fact check. Sometimes facts are, depending on what viewpoint you have, facts can be different for different people. But what I've always encouraged you to do, what I'm trying to do on these shows, is to teach you that not to listen to these people, but to be this guy right here. This is who you want to be. You want to be this guy. And that's what my shows have been all about, is being this guy. As far as the silver squeeze goes, no, this is not bullshit. What is bullshit, I think, is that the silver squeeze, all these young folks right here in this Reddit forum right here, is going to be accused of being wrong somehow, or being accused of being too stupid or something. This is what's going to happen, because the Reddit silver squeeze, this Reddit silver squeeze deal right here that you're looking at, I won't say it has nothing to do, but silver has been squeezed. There's been a silver squeeze well before this Reddit forum was even around. There was a silver squeeze, and you can call it whatever you want: silver shortage, silver manipulation, silver squeeze, whatever you want to call it. But this has been happening for quite some time. Before 2020, in 2019, when everything seemingly were going well, and it was pre-election, pre-virus, we were having difficult times filling large amounts of physical silver, and so there has been a shortage of silver for quite some time. Not just 2020, and not just 2021 when the Reddit forum was made, but well before this. Now, what the silver squeeze has a potential of doing, and what I think it did when we saw that $3 update last time, I believe the silver squeeze was great at garnering, this forum right here was great at garnering public attention. But was it the type of public attention they really wanted? It seemed to me that mainstream media pretty much picked up corporate media, and a lot of these guys, where are these guys at right here? A lot of these guys picked up the idea that that they can kind of make the silver shortage all about the Reddit group, which is which is completely untrue. So I think that the Silver Squeeze Reddit group is being set up to kind of be the fall guy for when that the prices of silver don't go up this Monday, because supposedly Monday is going to be. Now, I think the price may go up a little bit, but I don't think I don't think the silver squeeze has a large effect on the market. I think it has enough effect to create some publicity, garner some attention, bring in some new fresh buyers, and keep people buying the physical markets. But is it the driver of the lack of silver out there? No, it's not, and it has not been. But it will contribute. the Silver Squeeze Reddit forums and all the people that are involved with this thing will contribute to creating more buyers out there in silver, and also probably take more silver off the market. So overall, this is a good thing. However, the publicity they're going to get is going to be mixed. And I'm waiting to see how corporate media and all the denial people spin this Reddit thing when it doesn't quite work out the way I think they think it's going to work out. So let me move on to there. I'm a big fan of the Silver Squeeze Reddit group. I just like to see more better information get out there. And if I can give anybody that is involved with the Silver Squeeze and the Reddit group here, and any of my other peeps watching, here's what I recommend you do. One of the smartest guys out there, in my opinion, I've quoted him many times, one of the guys that is not this guy. He's not a tinfoil hat engager. And Phil, look, you got a cat with a tinfoil hat. I missed that one too. Well, hey, what the hell? But Ted Butler is not a tinfoil hat guy. He was accused of being a tinfoil hat guy by the denial guys, the guys that deny that anything wrong is happening. But he was vindicated, and we have since found out that Mr. Ted Butler has been pretty much right on since then. So if you're watching my video here, what I want you to do is, when you get a chance, go into Ted Butler Research. Now, he's got his own thing, Butler Research, is subscription only. So you're going to have a hard time. He has a free archive there, but you will also notice that Ted Butler is on SilverSeek. They've been around a long time. The Daily Coin, he's done a lot of different interviews and stuff with other other companies like SilverSeek and other publications. So I do highly recommend that you watch The Real Deal Behind the Silver Price. Watch this by Ted Butler. Watch Ted Butler stuff, because what Ted Butler is not, he's not a tinfoil hat guy. He is not a guy in denial. He's a very intelligent man looking for answers, more intelligent than us when it comes to what the answers really are. Again, I say Ted Butler is probably one of the smartest guys out there when it comes to knowing how the silver game and the gold game is rigged and how it's played. That's why I've always said you need to listen to people that know how the game is played. And Ted Butler does. So anyway, Ted Butler is one of these guys, and I'd like to think that I'm one of these guys, and that you're one of these guys, and that we are not a denier, and we're not a tinfoil hat wearer. Oh boy, well, let me move into ZH real quick here. This might be even a quick show. I always say that, but it never is. Not too much to talk about on ZH. Biden set to unveil a well, this is actually worthy of talking about. 1.8 trillion, another 1.8 trillion on American social safety net. Well, you know what that really means is Joe Biden is spending $1.8 million, or trillion, I'm sorry, million. Must be really old school. Remember Dr. Eva, why have billions when you can have millions? But Biden set to unveil 1.8 trillion expansion of American social safety net. And folks, all this is vote buying for the next election, because the money is going to be taken from working class people and the rich, and and mostly working class people like you and I. Most people are going to, this is going to come out of our pockets, and it's going to be a way for Biden and the Democrats to buy votes for the next election. Because who are they going to give this money to? They're going to give it to the poor. They're going to give it to immigrants. They're going to give it to, it's not a good deal. Again, it's just them buying votes for the next election here. That's all that is. And it's not even about helping people, because all that money for the expansion is going to go into the pockets of contractors that work with government already. Probably Joe Biden's son. But I'm not going to get political here. Sorry about that. Everybody has their opinions, and I respect theirs. Value investing, I don't have to agree with them, though. Value investing icon, this is awful. Jumps off a Manhattan skyscraper. What does this have to do with gold and silver and precious metals? Nothing, folks. But, man, if things money should never drive anyone to the point, especially a guy like this, man. He was still worth millions of dollars. I think he just get too wrapped up in his work. Boy, then that has nothing to do with gold and silver. I'm sorry. My apology for going there. Again, not too much in gold and silver here. I took a look. I went all the way down here. And again, as you'll see, not too much here. And nothing crazy to talk about that is a black swan type event in the making, except for Ukraine. But I kind of think that thing's blown down a little bit. And again, the de-dollarization of Russia is the latest news this week. The only really thing I can talk about, but we've seen that in the making. That's been happening a long time. And de-dollarization is not good for the economy, is not good for the dollar, and probably is good for gold and silver and platinum. Let's look at gata.org. This should be on your reading list every day. Again, we talked about this yesterday. Russia ditches the dollar in more than half of its exports. This is bad, folks. This is really bad. But this is what happens when you have idiot politicians. And it's not just the blue politicians. It's the red politicians, too. This is what happens when you have idiot politicians that weaponize the U.S. dollar. The one thing that the whole world loved, besides our Marlboro cigarettes and jeans, blue jeans at one time, was the U.S. dollar, and still was up until recently, the U.S. dollar. However, all these countries realize that, at any time if the U.S. gets pissed off at this, they'll cut us out of the dollar system and we're screwed. So they've been creating their own system for decades now because they saw the writing on the wall a long time ago. Again, bad for the dollar, bad for U.S. citizens, because one of the things that made this country great and rich is the global use of the U.S. dollar, and when that ends, we are screwed as far as currency-wise and probably economically-wise as well. Again, a great reason to own gold, silver, and precious metals. I didn't update this for the last half hour. Let's update this price real quick. This is a static page. That's why I like to use it. It's not constantly changing in front of me. And it's done by Certified Coin Exchange, subscription-only service, only for dealers, unfortunately. What did we get? A little bull today on the coin, and it looks like the markets are a little bit down from yesterday where they were. So let's see what happens. I think we're going to see a little sideways market, and it wouldn't surprise me to see some monkey hammering going on by this Friday, especially with the May 1st deal coming, and the powers to be will probably monkey hammer it on Friday. Again, holiday, Chinese trading, Chinese holiday next week. So if there's any monkey hammering to be happening with gold, silver, and platinum, it's going to be towards the end of this week and probably most of next week. So if it does happen, folks, great opportunity to what? Buy the friggin' dips. So buy the friggin' dips if it does go down this week and go down next week. If you're not in a position to buy the dips, just in my opinion, just hold. But don't sell. Take the S button out of your vocabulary completely. No selling at all, folks. We're just getting into a great bull market here, and now is certainly not the time to be selling. Let's take a look at, oh God, I was talking about all those videos, man, just pages and pages and pages of videos by all kinds of different people. I'm going to have to start kind of listening to some of these different folks, and stupidest investment ever. Why you shouldn't buy physical gold and silver. And look, you got 91,000 views. Is that clickbait? I don't know. If it's clickbait, it certainly worked because he got 91,000 views. But why would he say you shouldn't buy physical gold and silver in 2021? Actually, I'll have to read that, and I'll get back to you on that. No less, let's move along to yesterday's video, which was gold and silver price report, what the dealers pay, where I went over what dealers amongst themselves buy and sell precious metals for, Krugerrands, Eagles, silver bars, 90%, all that stuff. And again, if you missed it, it's still valid because I did it yesterday, so those wholesale prices are still good, and you're going to be surprised what your local dealer probably does pay for stuff, or the guys at APMEX, SD, or JM Bullion pay. And I gave it to you yesterday. I told you about what these guys are paying, what I have to pay, and what rest of the dealers have to pay. And it gives you an idea of what the profit margins as well, and you can tell that these guys and myself, we're certainly not getting rich off these things. So let's take a look again over yesterday's comments. I'll do a through things. Nanja Ninja says, you're right about the anniversary thing. Yes, I had the low views. Our thumbnail said it was our 1-year anniversary show. And my thought yesterday was, that's a terrible thumbnail because nobody cares about anniversaries. And it's kind of, whether it's a wedding anniversary or whatever it may be, it seems like nobody cares about anniversaries except the person's having them. So thanks for watching, Mr. Ninja or Mrs. Ninja. Beto D says, so what's the best buy right now for gold or silver? The best buy, I'm going to just give you a number, not the particular product. Any good recognizable products in silver and gold, okay? Any good recognizable products in silver that you can pay a $5 or less premium for over the price of spot silver is a good deal. Any gold products that you can buy for $100 or less than the $100 or less than the over the price of gold is a good deal in gold. So, for example, if gold's at 1770, you should be paying no more than $18.70 an ounce for your gold products. And if silver is, for example, at 26 even, you should be paying no more than $31 an ounce or less. If you're paying more than that, I think you're probably paying a bit much. There are better deals out there still right now, even though they are becoming harder and harder to find for what is supposedly, according to an author and one of the authors of a piece I read yesterday, there is no shortage. Bullshit. There absolutely is a shortage. But meanwhile, if you can pick this stuff up for under $100 for gold and under $5 for silver, you're doing good. Hey, thanks for watching, G. And Jagzilla says, silver, every aspect of your life is manipulated. Well, I've said that. I've been saying that a long time. I don't want people to get scared saying, oh, metals are manipulated market. I don't want to get involved with gold and silver because it's manipulated. Listen, every market. You are manipulated from the time you're born. Out of the womb, you're manipulated. So, and even all the markets you're involved with are manipulated. And again, there's two types of people when it comes to manipulation. Three types. There's this type right here. That just everything they hear, they don't research it, they don't look at the other viewpoint, they just take whatever they hear and they want to believe as gospel. Then you've got these folks that are in complete denial that anything can be wrong with anything. And this just doesn't apply to gold and silver markets. This applies to equity markets, all different types of markets, and maybe even politics. So you got these three types of people, and then you got people like us. The thinkers, the people that look at both sides of these things and make rational, independent decisions. So that's my opinion. So, guys, I kind of digressed there a little bit again. My apology. Let's move on. Old Man Silver, thanks for watching. John Jeffries, it must be you live in Florida. I tried to survive there in the early 70s and 80s. Never worked for me. I wonder why. Your knowledge of the history of gold and silver seems limited at best. Oh, well, thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Nice house on the ocean. You or me? I'm not quite sure. I think that you didn't survive down here too well, so I'm not sure what to say there. It seems limited at best. Well, you're always going to have the haters out there. Brain Chill. Hey, John, have a nice day anyway, sir, and thanks for watching. Brain Chill says, wow, really enjoying this cam underneath the pier. Yeah, yesterday's pier. If you get a chance, look at the Deerfield underwater cam. One of the best cams ever. I mean, there's so much life in the water there. It's amazing, and you wouldn't really know it if you were standing on that pier. My kitten is a black belt. Oh, very cool. My coin shop dealer, depending on which one I go to, pays over spot by a little over $1. Well, that's great. You got someone paying over $1 over spot. Some products, like Silver Eagles, for example, I think we're paying like anywhere from $3 to $5 over spot for Silver Eagles, depending on the quantity and stuff. But for 1 ounce rounds and some other things, that's probably not a bad price. He's probably making $1 or $2 an ounce on that as well. Again, even if you have a good local coin shop, I still recommend you shop around and see if you can find another one. It never hurts to have a few guys that you can work with. Rick Hay says, is it normal to see monkey hammers after option expire? Is it to scare off those standing for delivery? I think you do see a lot of monkey hammering. We saw monkey hammering last month, I think last quarter, when the comics they had a huge amount of contracts they were supposed to deliver, and all of a sudden the price the week before all that was to come to fruition got hammered. For a week or two before, got monkey hammered down. So yeah, again, I believe there is a lot of monkey hammering and manipulation that goes on in comics for sure, in the London markets for sure. And again, there's three types of people. There's people that believe crazy stuff, unwarranted, and then you've got the people in denial, and then you've got people like us that are certain that there's manipulation going on, and people like Ted Butler. And don't forget to look up Ted Butler when you're done watching my video here. Look at some of his videos. Let's see, he does have quite a few videos, I think. Ted Butler has some good videos out there, some good reads as well. Highly recommend you watch him. Ted Butler is a thinker as well, just like you and I are. Let's take a look again at the rest of the questions here. Happy anniversary. Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Mark Fisher says, how can anyone pays attention believe metals are not manipulated? Exactly. Here's a clue. The physical price is subject to derivative price, and in a just world, the physical determines everything. Well, that's true. Physical should determine everything. And at some point, I've always said that paper is the tail and physical is the dog, and that the tail has been wagging the dog for quite some time now. But at some point, physical markets will, the dog will wag the tail again or be in control of the tail, not vice versa. That's my opinion, Mark. Savoy Truffle says, very cool view of the undersea critters. Thanks for watching, Savoy. Vishnav Maharaj I'm sorry, I probably messed your name up. My apology, but again, thanks for watching. 1 year of everyday reporting is a big thing. It is. Every day I got to come up with something. I got to come up. I'm not like crying. Oh, poor me. I got to do these shows every day. But it's not as easy as you think. Blabbing like I do, and actually blabbing so people will listen to you. So, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Ray Taylor says the guy who runs the company Monetary Metals. Oh, that's right. The guy Monetary Metals out of Arizona. Was the one that said he can get as many 1,000-ounce bars as they want to buy for 5% over spot. Well, the problem is nobody wants 1,000-ounce bars. That's why he can get as many as he wants. Nobody wants them. Now, using that as an indication that there's no physical shortage, oh, I can get 1,000-ounce bars for anybody that wants them. So that's proof that there's no physical shortage and that there's no silver out there. Well, you know, that the attitude that he took was this: the state entering the state of denial. I certainly wouldn't call him a tinfoil hat guy, but he's just the opposite of them. He's in the denial state. So I disagree with the gentleman for sure. And if you watched yesterday's video, you know that. Hey, thanks for watching, Ray. I appreciate it. Floyd for Life says, love your videos. Hey, I love the fact that you guys are watching. Again, I really appreciate it. And most importantly, if I teach you, if there's anything, I hope I'm showing you how to become an independent thinker and come up with this stuff for yourself. Because again, there's so many opinions. There's so many different views out there. So again, I recommended that you look at all these different views and you independently come up with what you think is the correct one. Don't necessarily just rely on me and someone else. Again, the important thing is becoming an independent thinker. That's just my opinion. Well, best deals out there are still, as I said, anything you can buy for silver with less than a $5 per ounce premium, and the same thing with gold. Anything you buy in gold with less than that's recognizable, not some weird esoteric products, but anything recognizable in the bullion world that you can buy for less than $100 over the price of gold is the best deal. Once you get above those numbers, it becomes less and less of a better deal. But the problem is it's harder to find. It's getting hard to find the cheaper bullion products out there. The premiums just keep going up and up and up. And why is that? It's because there is a premium for physical, and physical is the real price of silver. What you're paying for physical silver is what the real price. That's the dog. The tail is the paper price. The tail is the price that you see on the screen right here. Where did we go? I'm looking for, there we go. This is the tail. This is not the real price of gold or silver. This is the tail. Right now, and for some time, the tail has been wagging the dog. But that'll change at some point. I'm pretty certain of it. But meanwhile, that's really about it. I said meanwhile like 10 times during this show, too. Well, this is Brian Kuzmar with Commercial Rare Coins and Precious Metals, and I didn't put my closing thing up here. Let me just type it in, show you how I do it. Commercial Rare Coins, and of course I come up pretty good right there. And there's my site down here. There it is, Commercial Rare Coins and Precious Metals. Hey, thanks for watching. Make sure you hit that like button and the subscribe button. And if you got any questions, call me anytime between the hours of 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. Mondays through Fridays at this number. Happy to help you out. Remember, I'm a local brick and mortar store only. I don't do online sales. So my suggestion always has been is buy local if you can, even if you have to drive an hour. Make that drive. Try to keep the money in your city, your county, or at least in your state before you start going to the online sellers. And if you have to go on the online sellers, you have to do it. But regardless, always check with your local guys first. Keep it local, folks. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. If anything crazy happens, I'll do another report. Talk to you soon.